Hey guys, it's Tristan here again from PropertyToolkit. So this is almost at the end of the direct-to-vendor video series where I'm helping you out, reaching out to landlords and being able to get more creative options, strategies, hopefully finding better deals and stuff that, during this little bit of a storm that's going on at the moment, we're in the middle of COVID-19, how you might be able to leverage stuff from home and work out deals. So today I wanted to go through how to contact vendors and actually get in touch with people. So there's obviously the obvious way that we've already discussed, which is sending letters. So that's one way. The other way, have you thought about using LinkedIn? Have you thought about using Facebook? Have you thought about using Twitter? How are you getting these people who are out there and even sending them emails, getting out there and getting in touch with them? So I'm going to touch on those points, explain how you can do it, and hopefully how we can get you into a direct vendor marketing machine. So the step one, the first one I said is letters. Letters, as I mentioned previously, are a fantastic way of going direct to vendor. You can literally cut through all the marketing noise that's out there, from adverts from TV, from all those pop-ups that are on your phone, through all that stuff that's on the internet, all the Google advert, everything else that's clouding people. You can cut straight through that with a letter because it's going straight to the person who you're interested in doing a deal with. So, as I mentioned before, have all neat, personalised, nice letters, well written, explaining exactly what you want to do and why you're kind of looking to do it. And always just make sure that you put a little call to action in there. Just make sure you're asking someone to get in touch. The next bit is LinkedIn. So the reason I quite like using LinkedIn is it's seen as a professional place to contact people. And whilst there's loads of people out there, and this might be a little bit of an odd one, like a few of the other ones, to get in touch with people, but it's a great way of actually reaching out. So if you found me, as I said, Tristan, and I run PropertyToolkit, you can literally go onto Google, you can type in Tristan, PropertyToolkit, LinkedIn, and the chances are I'm going to pop up at the top. And that's fantastic, because as soon as you've seen my name, that company and that, you know that's going to be me. You can then just click on my name, you can click contact, you can click add connection. You may even know someone who knows me, but you can click add connection, and then in that you can put a little note and send a note on it. So what you do there is you then turn and say, hey Tristan, I've seen you trying to sell a property at the moment, and I'm interested in making an offer. It's a little bit different to what you're usually, or interested in making an offer. Would it be possible to have a chat? And then hopefully they'll accept your ad, and then you'll be able to follow up with a message and ask for their phone number to build a bit of rapport and go from there. The other bit, and this is the way that I've actually purchased a property, is, again, you've got that contact name, and then head over to Facebook. And then you're, again, looking for the same person in the name. And then what you can do is, I'd already sent a letter and already got in touch with them. So then as soon as they've received a Facebook message, they're like, oh, well, I recognise that person's name. And then they accepted me. So I then sent them a couple of messages on Facebook saying, hello, I know you own XYZ property, and would you be interested in selling it? And at that point, we've then gone out. I had sent a few messages backwards and forwards, explained what I was looking to do, asked if I could take a look around, and then ended up buying a property direct to the vendor. And we looked at various different creative ways of doing things and built a bit of rapport. So it's fantastic because it means he's now actually offered to sell another property to me down the line, and if I'd like to do another deal in future, which is great. So using Facebook, you can do that. The other bit is, and with both Facebook and with LinkedIn, also think about the area that you're searching. So if you know that they live in Southampton, or you know that they lived in the Wirral, or wherever, or down in Dorset, if you add that little part to your search, then you're probably going to be more likely to find them. So if you put Tristan, Southampton, LinkedIn, and it hadn't come up with PropertyToolkit, for example, then that means you're going to be able to find me and be able to add me. So just add in those little bits. The other bit with LinkedIn is something called Sales QL. I'm sure there's other tools out there, and I'm pretty sure I've used them before. There's a little free plugin for Chrome Internet Browser. You plug that in, and it's a bit like the one that I told you before. Helps you find all the property prices that they've sold for on Rightmove. Just lost the name, it's popped out. But if you use Sales QL, then what it'll do is when you hit on someone's name, so say like my name or whoever else, it will then come up and it should try and give you a phone number, maybe 2 phone numbers, sometimes like a work number or mobile number. I'm not quite sure how it finds it. Find those, and then it will usually try and find an email address, so whether it's a personal one or a work email address for them. So if it's a work email address, then that should be GDPR compliant. Touch wood, that should be GDPR compliant because it's at a business address. If you're using personal data, it's a bit iffy there, but you'll be able to find contact details. And at that point, you can then put an email across to them. And so then you may have already sent them a letter, you've already sent them a LinkedIn contact, you're now sending them an email. So they've seen or heard from you at least 3 times. And you're getting in front of that person, so then they can then actually make a decision whether they want to contact you or to say, please don't contact me again. So you've got those. And then I said briefly about using Twitter. You can just try and search for someone there, try and get in touch with them, possibly comment on them or tag them or follow them. I haven't done that myself, but I do know there are Twitter ads where you can kind of follow keywords and various other bits to target people if you wanted to. And then the other bit that's fairly useful as well is in a place where landlords and Section 24 is in place. Everyone's gone out, and this is definitely going to be point number 5, everyone's gone out and started up businesses, companies, because it's more tax efficient. So what everyone's done is registered the company's house. So if you go in there and you put in my name, you will find my companies, a few of my companies. You'll also find my registered address, and you may find, if you dig deep enough or through it, you may find my personal address. I don't believe it's listed there, etc. But I know quite a lot of people have got their addresses listed on there, and that's public data. So again, you can then, because they're then actually a company, then I believe that's GDPR compliant. It might not be, so do as you will with that. But then there's another angle of going direct to vendor. So that's a fantastic way of finding people, getting in touch with them, and actually making them, possibly getting those deals together. So as I said, Tristan from Property Toolkit. In the next video, I'm going to be running through how you can automate pretty much everything with finding all of the direct-to-vendor deals you want, and then it just comes down to you to be able to target them and get in touch with them. So I hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, just put them below.